Cloud overhead, hoping that I break that. Won't get a hold, won't determine fate now. I still see sunshine.
The next topic that's been talked about a ton during this offseason is the Tyler Herro extension. I think he got like 4 years, $130 million with a ton of incentives. One of them is even if he wins Defensive Player of the Year. So I'm sure he'll end up getting a lot less money than what's in the contract, because another one was MVP. He's not going to win MVP. He's not going to win DPOY. We all know that. But a lot of people mad at Tyler Herro because he obviously flamed out in the playoffs last year. Didn't have a good playoffs the year before in 2021. And then obviously he had the good 2020 postseason, but that was in the bubble. Now, yes, it's a lot of money for Tyler Herro. But my initial reaction was that, yes, I am happy they gave him the extension. Now, if they would have gave him that extension a month or two ago, I would have hated it. I wanted a whale chase. I wanted Spider. I wanted KD. I wanted one of the arachnids, either Durantula or Spider, but they did not get them. And since you didn't get those guys, I figured, okay, at least keep Tyler Herro because you don't want to upset him. I don't want it to be a similar situation to DeAndre Ayton, who we've already seen in media day and training camp. Doesn't seem to be too happy in Phoenix, although they gave him his extension, even though because he had to make a little bit of a stink about it. Or I guess they just signed him because he didn't get that extension because he had to enter restricted free agency. I don't like the idea of upsetting your player. I know I heard some people talk and say, oh, well, whatever happened to a contract year and forcing a guy to earn it, it is soft. And I kind of do agree with that because there's no reason you can't let Tyler Herro play out this year and enter restricted free agency. And that way, if you do give him that money, you at least have a whole sample size of another season to see if he's worth it. But at some point, you just got to determine whether you believe in your players or not. And Tyler Herro showed the Miami Heat enough to the point where I guess they believed that he was worth that money. So I agree with giving him it now instead of, frustrating him or annoying him or making a talking point that's a distraction the entire season. Just get it out the way now. Give him his money if you believe he's worth it or the potential is there. And then, it's done. It's done and it's said and done. Additionally from that, aside from just not upsetting your player, I think he's worth it. Or at least I certainly think the potential is there. Now, in 2020, he had the amazing postseason run. He was 19, 20 years old, lit up the fraudulent Defensive Player of the Year, Marcus Smart, in the Eastern Conference Finals, scored 37 points, and he was awesome. And that, to me, is when I really believed he would be a star player because star players play big in the biggest games. And, of course, the Eastern Conference Finals is a huge stage. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, but that's just the bubble. What about Tyler Herro has made you believe that he would not have been even better with a crowd there? He lives for the crowd. He lives for those big moments in the pressure. We saw him have the game winner his rookie season versus Philly where Jimmy stole the ball from Embiid and he stopped at a dime on a three-point line and pulled up like it was nobody's business, had the hugest cojones. Tyler Herro lives for the big moment. And to this day, I'll say if that wasn't in the bubble, he would have played even better. But people look at it and say, okay, in 2021, back to a little bit of normalcy. You had the crowd there, and he was terrible. But guess what? So was the entire Miami Heat. I throw out that entire season. They had literally the shortest offseason in professional sports history. And by the time you hit the playoffs, of course you're going to suck. I don't know why anybody would expect anything different. So yeah, Tyler sucked. But so did Jimmy. So did Bam. So did Goran. So did everybody that entire playoffs. So I throw that entire thing out. Now, we're going into 2022. Tyler Herro balls out in the regular season. Of course, wins the Sixth Man of the Year. And it's looking bright because people say with young players, the third season, your junior season, is when you can really tell what type of player somebody is going to be. And he was amazing. Come playoff time, he obviously flamed out a little bit, and then he got hurt. Came back for Game 7 versus the Celtics. He obviously wasn't healthy, and he was terrible. Now, yeah, he was bad. He was pretty bad. I kind of want to believe maybe the injury was nagging him the whole postseason before he sat out, and I'd like to believe that was affecting him, but truthfully, we don't know, and if he was out there, you got to perform. But that being said, I'm not all of a sudden thinking Tyler Herro is a terrible player because he had one bad postseason. He is 21, 22 years old. Guys make mistakes. Guys have bad postseasons, So if you're looking at it, I throw out 2021. He had a great 2020, a bad 2022. Let's see how he comes back in 2023. And in my opinion, I've seen enough from Tyler Herro from a skill set standpoint to believe that he will have a very successful career in this league. when you get that kind of money that he got, you hope it's all-star level. And I think he can reach that. But we'll see. This will be a very big season for Tyler Herro. I'm interested to see what his role will be because he's still the third option. That's the thing when you got guys like R.J. Barrett who got an extension. He's the number one option on that team. Maybe 2 behind Julius Randle, but I think they're going to transition more to R.J. Barrett being the one. So it'd be a little more difficult for Tyler Herro to make the All-Star team just under his circumstances. But if you watch the games, you can see through the eye test whether he is worthy of that contract or not. And like I said, his offensive skill set is just so big. And I think that's exactly what the Heat need is a 3-level scorer because they struggled scoring a lot at times last year. And yeah, he was on this team, but he helped with that. And I think now that he'll be in the starting lineup, he'll get a bigger role. I think he can help with that even more. So that is my thoughts on the Tyler Herro extension. I am happy that he got it.
Then I'm off, I don't play that. I can spot a fraud with a blindfold. You can feel it too, baby, I know. On a different plane, different time zone. Step around, no attention, child.